So today I want to do a video response. Canadian Prepper made an interesting video and uploaded it today. It was talking about man versus woman in the post-collapse environment. And a lot of what he said is very applicable, but all of that is based on one assumption, and a lot of people don't understand the reproductive force behind the power of attrition in attrition situations such as post-collapse environment. The closest thing to that is two instances in history that a lot of information is available about. One of them is the pioneering days, when there was a lot of development and large numbers of people were needed to provide the labor. The other one is the Vietnamese War, where the Viet Cong used huge amounts of women in their military operations. And during the Vietnamese War, that was limited to the Viet Cong. The North Vietnamese Army did not use a lot of female combatants. It was just the Viet Cong. Now, all of the assumptions that people make about the roles of men and women in today's society is based upon a replacement rate of 1-to-1. And that's where governments and societies and groups maintain their population based on replacement of the existing humans. So a typical family, a husband and wife, would have 2 children, and that would replace them. In non-mechanized societies that are heavily agricultural based, this is not the case. Now, the considerations in a post-collapse environment is how long can you maintain technological equivalence of men and women? If you don't have the machinery, equipment, and the accommodations that allow both to do the same physical labor or the same jobs, then it becomes a moot point on how people are arranged. Now, what people don't realize about the Vietnamese War and its application to our post-collapse environment, during the war, the U.S. military killed between 20 and 30 people for every person they lost during that war. And the Vietnamese could maintain a production of children at a rate that was high enough to replace those losses. So that's a good example of what would happen in a post-collapse environment. So women could be utilized in various roles, combatant and high-risk roles, as long as they can maintain reproductive capacity to replace the number of people in the society or group that's necessary for that group to survive. So in my opinion, the reproduction rate that's necessary to survive in an SHTF environment or post-collapse environment will determine the roles of people more than the technology will. So to expand this a little bit, what would happen is women in the reproductive ages would be utilized to replace or increase the population of the group as a society. Once they are above or below the age of reproduction, if they're younger than reproductive age or they're older than reproductive age, then you would see a equality of function in the society. But I don't think the post-collapse environment will have the same replacement rate of 1-to-1 for population that we have now. The need for more people will be so severe that I think that will be the overwhelming driving force behind the roles of men and women in the post-collapse environment. Please comment, rate, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.